Hello and welcome, my friend. This video is for anyone who struggles with negative body image or self-criticism. Maybe you feel like your body's not good enough, you struggle with weight or body dysmorphia, or maybe you just have a persistent inner critic that won't give you a break. I'm Charlotte, and in this video I'll share how you can transform negative body image and self-criticism into radical self-acceptance with the Ho'oponopono prayer. Ho'oponopono is an ancient Hawaiian prayer. It's made up of 4 simple phrases: I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. But really it's more than a series of words. It's actually a way of being, and when you start to inhabit this way of being, you'll find that your negative body image is quite easily released. This is what's happened for me, and I'm sure it can happen for you too. The first step in working with this incredibly powerful practice is to take full responsibility for your own body image. Now, we might be used to blaming society or the cult of beauty that we see on social media, or something somebody said to us when we were a child, for the way that we think about our bodies. Now, obviously these factors do play a really big part, but actually, if we have to wait for those things to change before we change, then we're not really in control of our own destiny. So when we take responsibility for our own body image and really own that, it's good news, because it means that we're the ones that get to change things whenever we choose to, which is now. The second step is to start monitoring our thoughts. A central idea in Ho'oponopono is that our thoughts create our reality. As the Buddha said, you become what you think. And this means that beliefs, values, thoughts, which are collectively known as memories, are the things that are playing over and over again in the subconscious mind and consolidating to create the situations that we find ourselves in. So let's say that you don't think your body's good enough, and maybe that means that you withdraw from certain social situations, especially ones where you think your body might be on show, and then that reduces the amount of interaction and connection you feel. Or maybe when you do show up in social situations, your self-doubt shows up as kind of defensiveness or awkwardness, and that can create some distance between you and other people. And then you take that distance, that feeling of separateness, as confirmation that your body's not good enough. And so you start to believe the thoughts even more, and you think it's your body that's the problem, but actually it's your thoughts and your subsequent behaviours that come from those thoughts that's really what's holding you back. So thoughts are like beings, and they want to feed on your psychic energy so that they can stay alive, and they're guiding your life by remote control. Now, Ho'oponopono helps us to, once we recognise the thoughts that are coming up and repeating, we can clean them and let them go and release them from our energy fields so that we can come into a different kind of relationship with ourselves. Techniques for helping with this are mindfulness and meditation. You can just sit quietly for 5 minutes a day, and it will start to allow you to separate the thinker from the thoughts and be more mindful of what's cropping up in your mental landscape. The third step is about connecting with your inner child. In this tradition, the conscious mind is seen as the mother, and the subconscious mind, which pretty much governs our reality, is seen as the child. The conscious mind, the mother, has choice about how she looks after the child, whereas the child has less ability to understand and control what's going on. So in this practice, we actually seek permission from the inner child to allow memories and thoughts and beliefs to come up so that they can be released. So when you work with Ho'oponopono in meditation, for example, you will connect with your inner child. You will imagine gently, very gently, stroking its hair, or giving it a very soft and light hug, or perhaps holding her hand or his hand. And you'll start to make a very loving connection with this part of yourself that's been hurting for a long time, so that you can gently release what's been holding you back. The fourth step is to really understand the words that you're saying when you're working with Ho'oponopono. So when we say, I'm sorry, we're saying sorry to our inner child for not having realised how much pain they were in. We didn't realise how much they were struggling and suffering, and we didn't realise that the things that that inner child was holding on to were causing us to believe that our body wasn't good enough, or that our appearance wasn't right, or that we didn't somehow fit in. And when we ask for forgiveness, we're asking forgiveness from the inner child. I'm sorry, please forgive me for not looking after you in the way that I now know that I needed to do. And of course, the inner child is part of ourselves. We're forgiving ourselves for abandoning ourselves and not realising how much love and care that we really needed. When we say thank you, we're saying thank you to the inner child for allowing us to come into their space, to have a relationship with them, and to allow these memories and these thoughts to come up and be released. And when we say I love you, of course we're saying I love you to that inner child, and we're connecting to the inner divinity that is really our true nature. So the fifth step is to start putting the Ho'oponopono prayer into practice in your daily life. You can do this in meditation, and if you'd like a guided meditation to help you with this, I will link to that in the description below. You can also do it just as you're going about your business in your day. Once you start to notice a thought that comes up that triggers some kind of self-criticism about your body or your appearance or any other aspect of yourself really, you repeat the phrases, asking for permission from your inner child, and it will start to become almost a reflex response in your life. It's going to change your energy field, and it's going to make it much easier to let these thoughts and these negative self-critical words and thoughts to go whenever they arise. So I hope this has helped you, and thank you so much for being here. Many blessings, and I'll see you in the next video.